Welcome to Drinking Utah. I am the Drink Master General. My name is Josh, and this is Jarrett.
We're at Legends right now, and I'm thirsty. You want to get a drink? Let's do it.
Last one in, please.
Legends Sports Pub in Salt Lake City serves up fresh and delicious food. Great appetizers, burgers, pizzas, calzones, and even breakfast items. They have you covered. They have over 20 beers on tap and over 30 craft and local beers on top of that. Plus a full bar and friendly waitstaff. Legends has plenty of TVs and makes a great place to watch the game.
Well, Ty Burrell could not make it today. We had to fire producer Dan. I know. So we have new producers now. Producer John, new producer Dan, which is weird. But I would like to start today's show with a toast.
Wait. Is this a restaurant or a bar?
I think it's a bar.
I think it is a bar because I saw the sign on the way in that said, this is a bar. But if it was a restaurant, you would just be in danger of losing the restaurant's license.
That's right. It's illegal to toast in a Utah restaurant.
You can toast, you just can't stand up when you toast.
You can't. I'm sorry. You cannot stand up when you toast.
In a restaurant. Well, you can stand up, but you can't hold your drink.
So I could stand up, do the toast, and then sit back down, take it, or I could take it and then sit. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm lost on that. That's ridiculous.
So you can stand up and give a toast, but then you have to sit back down to actually do the cheers?
Are you holding your drink when you're standing up?
No.
You're fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, welcome to Drinking Utah.
This is why you guys need to meet me.
Welcome, Tanner Lenart, Utah's liquor lawyer. What are we drinking?
I'm having a Moscow Mule with some Five Wives vodka.
Me too.
Me too? I'm having Coors Light.
So Tanner, you are self-proclaimed the Utah liquor lawyer.
No, actually, the City Weekly called me that.
No,
I would
true,
never.
Yes. They also called you rock star.
That's true. No, that was for the City Weekly Best of. I had an art project that they quoted me as, or they didn't quote me, but they put Rockstar in the review of my art project.
Yeah, let's explain that art project.
So about 3 years ago, there was a law in Utah that said if you were licensed to sell alcohol and you were a restaurant, you had to have a sign that says this is a restaurant, not a bar. If you were a bar, you had to have a sign that says this is a bar, not a restaurant. So that was 3 years ago. 2 years ago, it got such national press, so much ridicule. It didn't do anything to prevent the big things that we're all about. We all want no underage drinking. We want no over service. We don't want drunks, and we don't want kids drinking. It didn't do anything for that. So they passed another law taking away that this is a restaurant sign. Still have to have the this is the bar sign. But when I heard that they were taking away the this is a restaurant sign, I sent out a call to everybody on Twitter, UT Liquor Lawyer, and it just said, if you're you can get rid of these signs in May. Send me your signs, and we just put up a ton of these signs. They were actually in restaurants. Awesome. They all said this is a restaurant. And the DABC actually does have a sense of humor. Their great press guy, Terry Woods, he came out and took some pictures. And my art project was in the DABC's newsletter. Their official newsletter.
Great.
Yeah.
How would you describe, I guess, just Utah's relationship with alcohol, the government, and it's just, yes, it's complicated, but how would you describe it, knowing as much as you do?
Uncomfortable. A lot of states in the United States have weird liquor laws. And I had a reporter from the LA Times, and he said, I cover alcohol and restaurant issues in all 50 states. The biggest issue with Utah is you guys keep changing them.
So fast.
Yeah.
They come up with the crazy ones, the Zion ceiling, which is gone now.
That was my next question, because I don't know what happened to that, but I found out it's gone.
Yeah.
So that was, for people that don't know, at one of our theaters here, as you were going down the stairs, right, you could look into a bar area.
If you're going up the stairs, too.
Up the stairs.
Either way, that's how stairs work.
And you might see a drink being poured.
Yes. So, actually, same legislation as the signs that we were just talking about. There's a big bill that was passed, and it changed the way that restaurants are where most of these laws that are different than the rest of the countries come into play. But if you were in a restaurant before 2 years ago, you weren't supposed to be able to see a drink being poured. Obviously, there's huge issues with that. I mean, if you are a woman and you go out somewhere, one of the things you're told is, don't ever drink a drink that you haven't seen being poured. You don't know what's going in that. And so now in a restaurant, you can take down that Zion curtain, I can have a bar, I can see it, as long as no minors, which is anybody under 21, you can't be seated within 10 feet of that bar area. But that's why at the Eccles Theater, when you go up those stairs, you're more than 10 feet away from seeing that drink being poured, they're okay.
So was it like they were saying you must be this tall to see this drink poured, kind of like a roller coaster?
Oh my
situation?
goodness. That was a big, huge issue because there was no specific law on how high it had to be. It's an apocryphal story. Before my time, someone at the DAVC apparently said, I don't want a Utah Jazz player being able to come in here and seeing a drink being poured.
It's a little unrealistic.
Yeah, it's definitely a love-hate relationship. They love all the money they make off of
Oh my goodness.
alcohol.
Yeah,
But what I don't understand is, so they make tons of money.
the state does.
Why is the DABC underfunded?
I know, right?
They're breaking dough.
It's I'm mostly going to, if I point the finger at anybody, it's going to be both state legislators.
Okay.
The DABC, I've got friends there, I've got people that I go drinking with there, they are just there to enforce the laws. It's the state legislator, and they are not allocating funds in the way that they could be. And partly it's because you don't want to be the legislator who is giving more money to the people who are selling alcohol.
Right. Can you talk about the recent karaoke axe throwing billiard hall thing?
I can, and it's again. I feel like this is it was in the same bill that took away the ability to give the DABC the authority to grant those variances. Is the same thing. The DABC used to have the ability to say, this is a recreational license. A recreational license, there was a list of 13 things that you were. You were a pool hall, you were a golf course, you were, it's like this list of all these things. Or substantially similar. And they took the authority away from the DABC to say, this is okay. And I just hate that. I hate that, again, it's not letting the small businesses and if the local government has said, we're okay with this. We like you as a business. Yeah. You came and talked to our city council. We're cool. And then for the state to say yep, nope, we don't like that.
And so then these axe places put in a few pool tables to become pool halls.
Because that is one of the listed ones on there.
Do they have to have a certain number of pool tables?
No, but that was brilliant. That was one of my favorite things ever, was to get to see, because one of the commissioners was like, well, you just have one, you're just doing it. He goes, if you had 3, then we'd be okay. He goes, I have 3. And I was just like, slow clap.
I don't know any of this. This is like better than television right now.
So now you do have to have 3, or we don't know.
It's not in the statute. It's not in the law.
Put a couple in there.
When you're dealing with the staff, they look to the law and they can tell somebody, this is what we think is going on. When you get to the DABC commissioners, the word in the statute is they have plenary power.
Plenary, huh? That's a dollar word if you ask me.
It means they can do anything they want, and if they just don't like it, or if they feel like it doesn't fit with the law, they can just say no. So
I think that's what so many people...
there's no answer on how many. It's just how does that sit with them.
You know.
Well, I think that's what people... We view the DABC as this big kind of like mafia, like kind of evil organization because they seem to make decisions just based on feeling.
I've really not seen that very much. I'm very much, and maybe it's just because I'm there so much, and I've been doing this for almost a decade, so you can't predict it.
Actually imbibe?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and honestly, it doesn't directly correlate. There are people on there who drink that I think are tougher than the people who don't drink a lot.
So it's not like taking a football referee and making them referee basketball.
No.
It doesn't seem to matter.
It really... Sometimes you can anticipate what's going to happen, but the whole if they drink or not, absolutely not. Also, political parties, same thing. Doesn't always correlate either.
Your wild analogy. I liked it.
You like it? Is it working? Is all this stuff working in general?
Yeah.
What's your thought? Do you think that it's all worth it?
My thought as far as manufacturing, I mean, because you've got to think about it in the very different spheres of alcohol. Like when you talk about manufacturing in our small local breweries, our local distilleries, even, dare I say it, local wineries and cideries, it's Utah is awesome. There's federal rules that govern manufacturing. And the federal rules, they're like, they're crazy. They're written back in 1933 by a Rockefeller who didn't drink. So that's something we've got in common with, the whole nation. And so they're crazy. A lot of states have additional laws on top of that for manufacturers. Utah is very much just aligned with the national laws. We're not harder. And then I think too with bars, our bartenders are having to deal with the you can have 1.5 ounces of primary and then 1 ounce of secondary spirits. We've got some of the best bartenders in the country, and they consistently win awards because your cocktails have to actually taste good. They can't just like fill it full of booze and, oh my gosh, I'm super buzzed after the first drink, so I think this is great. No, they actually have to work for it. But I don't know, I have a huge conflict of interest because if the laws were easier,
you wouldn't have as much business.
Job security.
I tell you what, there's liquor lawyers in every state in the nation. Every state has issues. Every state has lawyers who do what I do. But I definitely am one of the busier ones.
All right, so I have to ask. I want to bring a case against Ben Winslow because I asked him to be on this show months before he did his podcast, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be on that show." Then he comes out with his own podcast. Can I sue him?
No. First Amendment, man.
Can I
First
officially make him
Amendment.
my archenemy?
Nemesis?
Yes.
I want no part of this.
You want to play a game?
Yes, I would really love to.
You have a game for us?
Yeah, it's called Buffalo, so you have to finish your beer. I've been waiting about the entire time. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to name off a drink. You have to tell me the main liquor that is involved with them.
Okay. I need another beer.
Oh yes, new producer Dan, new and improved producer Dan.
Oh my goodness.
People are gonna make fun of me for how slow I drank that. I know that they will. All right.
Why? You drank it.
I know, but
so I'm gonna read off a drink, and then I'm not saying first to respond. No, let's not do that. Let's just you guys can talk about it. Yeah, back and forth. And if you disagree, then you can pick what you want.
It's like Family Feud. I like it. Yeah, we can confer.
So again, a couple softballs. Really easy. I'm sure the viewers are gonna be bummed that I'm even wasting the time. Okay. But let's start. Margarita.
Tequila.
Good. Moscow Mule.
Drinking some vodka right now.
All right, let's do a little spin on it. Kentucky Mule.
Bourbon.
Mint Julep.
Oh, bourbon again. Yeah.
Is that bourbon?
I think so because it's you drink a mint
Makes
julep
sense.
in Kentucky
All right, I'll go
at
with
the
that.
Derby.
You sure you want to go with
Yeah,
that?
I'll go with that.
Okay, that's right. I just was fuzzy navel.
No idea. That's not a drink. That's a shot, right? I got nothing.
How about rum?
Okay.
Rum?
I don't have a buzzer, but it is schnapps of the peach variety.
Peach schnapps.
I believe it.
And the last of our softballs, martini.
It's just the softballs. I love. Oh my gosh, a martini.
Martini, vodka. Well,
Vodka.
depends- vodka martini or gin martini.
Yeah, there you go.
Was a trick question. Because you said vodka, you said gin, or something like that. And I wrote down G or V, which is gin or vodka.
Either.
All right, now we're going to go to mediums. Hairy navel.
No.
I think that's correct.
Just don't.
Will you
drink
have that
it.
tonight? No. I don't need to know what's in it. It is vodka and schnapps.
Oh, so it takes it
We
up.
should have just said schnapps.
Yeah, schnapps.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
turns
I'm
out when you don't
sorry.
know, just chuck out the schnapps. Clover Club.
What?
All right, so if I think clover, I think Irish.
Mm-hmm.
I think Irish. I think whiskey.
Yep. I'm with you. I think whiskey.
Okay. Well, I think you guys are both wrong. It's gin.
Oh, they do have gin in Ireland. They like
They've got everything in Ireland.
know, but they like
I was
it.
just,
They
I
do
was
like
just
it.
defaulting to stereotypes, which is a terrible thing to do. Don't do that, kids.
All right.
It's wrong, just like my answer.
And finally, for our mediums, Long Island.
Iced tea.
You're correct with
iced
that,
tea.
but I need the alcohol.
Well, it's something that has no flavor, so that people will.
I was gonna
There's
say,
vodka.
doesn't it have
There's
about
rum.
everything in it?
It has to have something that like doesn't taste like it, so that people that will drink a lot.
Yeah, I think it has
yeah,
like
vodka and
3
rum.
different. Yeah. I'll go with that.
And something else, but I don't know what because here in Utah you can only have 2, and
Yeah, can we not have
yeah.
Okay, so you're correct for the Utah version. I'm looking for one more for the
vodka, rum?
others.
I'm looking at our cameraman,
He's very adamant.
and he's
I'd
adamant.
like to phone a friend, Regis.
He is correct if you would have understood what he said.
Which was?
It was gin.
Gin.
Yeah.
Really?
What? All
2
right.
out of 3.
Yeah.
That's
You guys you're doing fine. I mean, solid C+ all around. All right.
it's not getting you into law school, man.
Colorado Bulldog.
I've never heard of this. Yeah, you're making these up now.
Because I happen to love the drink that it's based off of.
Oh, okay. So Bulldog, I'm going for like Georgia.
Solid. I will give you a hint. The Big Lebowski loves the.
So White Russian,
Oh, White Russian.
which is vodka and Kahlua and cream.
So what's the difference between that and a Colorado Bulldog?
No Kahlua. Vodka and cream.
You're adding something. Southerners like to call it everything that they drink.
Coke.
Yep. Coca-Cola.
Roll Tide.
This interview's over. That's bee's knees.
I had one of these like, undercurrent. There's definitely like I think like some gin and honey.
I've never heard of this, so
Oh, it's lovely.
bee's knees.
Are we keeping score, by the way?
No.
Because I was going to say,
13.
I'm losing.
she's winning because you disagree with what she said. Bee's knees
John's going for it. Yeah.
is,
Honey, gin.
got it,
Honey and gin.
Harvey Wallbanger.
I have heard tell of this. This is an old school one.
That is an old drink.
I was in Nashville at one of those big hotels, and I had one of these, which means I don't remember what was in it.
It's like she's gonna get there. It's gonna be awesome.
It's vodka.
It was an awesome story, but not an awesome answer.
All right, the craziest thing happened. You guys are tied.
Oh,
So a tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. Wait,
Wait, I thought we were
These are the
talking.
nice
Oh,
kitties.
that's
I thought we were together.
Now we're-
It turns out you're tied. I do
Oh my goodness, this is
So,
secession happening over
I'm
here.
going to list off these ingredients, and you have to tell me what this drink is called.
Okay.
Coffee liqueur, whiskey, and milk.
Wrong. It's called wrong.
It's called delicious. I happen to really like
That
it.
is a White Russian.
No.
Wrong.
There's no cream
Coffee.
in it.
Whiskey.
Oh, Irish coffee?
It's called a Sneaky Pete.
That's a hot dog.
It's a hot dog?
Sneaky Pete's.
I don't know that.
Oh my gosh, Google
Is that in
it.
Colorado?
It's a hot dog chain.
Well, it's also
Where?
whiskey, coffee, liqueur, and milk.
Okay.
Is that an East
I will
Coast?
take your word for it.
Fair enough.
Sneaky Pete's is a hot dog chain.
Where?
Alabama?
Okay. Yeah. Known for its hot dogs.
Yeah.
Alabama. Alabama.
Cheers. Well played.
Well, now we're down to the last thing. It's our 6-pack of questions.
Ooh,
So we have everybody asking the same 6 questions.
delightful.
Okay. Number 1. What is something you love that everyone hates, or something that you hate that everyone loves?
Negronis, I do not like them. I think they taste bad.
You are right on the spot.
Yeah, ready to go. I love it.
Well, it's such a big thing here in Utah because you've got Negroni Week and it's all thing, and it's very unpopular because I'm on it. Yes, I'm standing firm. Not a
I like
fan.
it.
Okay. The first time that you drank or had too much to drink, was there a story behind it?
Yes, and it's going to make me sound like the most bougie, terrible person you've ever heard of. I was living in Paris, and there is a night where all of the museums are free, and so I went out with a bunch of my girlfriends, and they are giving you the wine, and I had never really had very much to drink, and I'm drinking a lot of wine in Paris at night, in the museums, in the churches, and it was delightful, and I had quite a bit too much because it's France, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It was delightful. It was the turn of the century. It was a long time ago.
Ours were like, we're in our friend's parents' basement.
I went to prom on Paris night,
You're at
and
the
then I
Louvre.
had too much. Yeah, like, you're in the clear on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I said, pretty bougie.
If you were to have a drink named after you, what would be in it, and what would it be called?
Oh, I like this one. I don't know. So my name, Tanner, is not really great because I love my name. It's awesome. But when you think of it's like onologic, like the source of it, it's like tanneries and it's kind of smelly. So it probably wouldn't actually have my name on it. I really enjoy whiskey, and so it would probably be like, I don't know, Scottish Dream, and it would be like a big double of Oban with one ice cube.
Nice.
One of those like really clear ice cube.
Your favorite thing about Utah, and then your least favorite thing.
Oh man, my favorite thing is the accessibility of the mountains. Unbelievable that you can, like, when I was in law school, I had 7:30 class, go ski all day, come back for my 4:30 class. Like, how crazy is that? And
So you go to class, then you run up the mountain.
Run up the mountain, come back.
I love that.
The thing I don't love about Utah is the how much is being discovered and skyrocketing house prices.
If you could have a drink with anyone alive or dead, who would it be?
Oh my gosh. Probably gonna go with my grandfather who passed away last year. Cheers to Charles.
Absolutely.
To Charles. And then tomorrow morning, what's your hangover cure?
Oh, I don't think I've ever drunk enough to be hungover, because I'm a lightweight, and so I know, like, okay, cool. But when I maybe don't feel my best, when I don't feel my best, just straight up every morning, a glass of lukewarm water. And
Do you know what Jarrett does?
no idea. I want to hear.
No, I want you to tell her because you're rude.
He sits
Is
down.
there a raw egg involved?
No,
Absolutely.
he sits down in the shower and brushes his teeth.
Yep.
Is the shower on?
Yes, absolutely. Warm water just cascading over, eyes closed.
Warm water. This is a theme.
I'm seeing it.
And then just brushing the teeth and
Yeah.
just, like,
Mouth
I'm literally
clean.
So get in there, sit down. I let the water kind of relax my shoulders. I don't know how this is a thing. This is it's so relaxing.
How is it not a thing?
I think I am in the minority. But when I meet someone, they're like, yeah, totally. And then I meet other people like, you sit down in a shower? Like, you cannot believe it. So
I don't see why not, because I'm right there with you on like the warm water. So
Well, Tanner, thank you so much.
yes, it's been so interesting.
It's been fun.
it's been something.
Cheers.
You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for having me on.
Join us next time. Our guest, producer Dan, our guest is going to be Ty Burrell.
Yep.
That's what last producer Dan said.
He's got connections though. There's a difference.
We'll see you, Ty Burrell. Later.
See ya. But seriously, sitting down in the shower is the thing. You can't be sitting in a tiny shower.
I cannot do it.